Good morning. You got everybody straight? Well, happy Mother's Day. Glad this happened for me. They say a lot of things can happen before you come to church in families. That's a joke right there. So maybe it's not a happy Mother's Day. But I'm so glad to be here on Mother's Day, and we're so thankful to have you. If you're a visitor today, it's so good to have you. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers today. We're going to have a great time in worship. We got a little program lined up. Maybe I might have a 10, 15-minute sermon at the end, just depending on how much time I have. Got a couple things wrote down, but today it's all about our mothers. It's all about the mothers and how thankful we are for our mothers and what they do. And I just hope on Father's Day, we remember what we say today. But I'm going to turn the service over to Renee right now, and I want you just to sit back and relax and enjoy, and let's have a good time in worship today.
Well, I wanted to say Happy Mother's Day to everyone too, and not only the mothers, but to every single woman sitting in this building, because in some way, shape, or form, whether you're a mom, a sister, an aunt and daughter, a friend, a teacher, whatever you are, whatever your role is, a mom to be, you have played a very important part, I'm sure, somewhere along the way in somebody else's life. And I thank you for that, because I do. I have very many people. I had a mother-in-law. I had very many moms who kind of helped me along the way or was some kind of example to me. And so I appreciate every woman who is sitting here today and what you do. But most of all, what I am today, I'm a daughter of the King. That's who I am today. That's what we're here to celebrate. So no matter who I am, if I'm a mom, if I'm a sister, an aunt, whatever, I'm a daughter of the King. And if you'll stand with us today, because we are here to celebrate Jesus. Just He is my strength. He is my shield. He is my rock. And anytime that I don't know what to do as a mom or where to go, I go to the Word. Because He shows me, this is the way, this is what you do, this is how to be a mom, this is your role. So I thought this was so good for our moms today. This is what we should strive to be. Go to the rock when you don't know. Because He'll be your shield, He'll be your strength. And that's exactly what I need every day of my life. And I will love you, Lord, my strength. And I will love you, Lord, my shield. And I will love you, Lord, my rock, forever all my days. Let's sing that again. Sing it out to Him. I will love you, Lord, my strength. I will love you, Lord, my shield. I will love you, Lord, my rock, forever all my days. I will love you, God. I will love you, Lord, my strength. And I will love you, Lord, my shield. I will love you, Lord, my rock, forever all my days. I will love you, God. Thank you, you may be seated. We do have a little bit of a different order today because we would like for some of our youth to come up and say a few words, and then we will dance for us. So, oh, it's cool.
Sorry about that, I was pulling up verse. For today, I'll pull up Psalm 46, 1-3. And it says, God is our refuge and strength, and ever present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way, and mountains fall to the heart of the sea. Those waters roar and foam, the mountains quake with their sound. This spoke to me yesterday, actually, when we were trying to be fishing, and it was quite a day. It was like one thing after the other. It just wasn't quite right. But the Lord was like speaking to us in that moment of time. He was trying to get us off the water because the storm was coming that day. So it was nice. That's everything. Happy Mother's Day to every mother, especially my mom. Love you,
I can't wait to worship you. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait anymore. I can't wait to worship the Lord. I can see you, I can shout. Jesus, Jesus,
So have a Lord lead. Now, this is the actual part, this was, this is the actual part that was Kara's vision that she had, and she sent to me, so Kelly's got something to say.
So Kara's vision came about one day when we were up here cleaning and straightening the pews, and she turned on the music and started playing this song, God's Gonna Get My Praise. And I was exhausted this day. I was so tired. It was hot. The air wasn't working right. I was sweating. Make a long story short, we just really started getting into this song and started making up dance moves. And it was kind of funny if you were sitting here watching us do it, but anyway, she's kind of shy. She doesn't like to get up in front of people, but it meant so much to me that day. But even more so, this past Sunday, she asked me to fill in for her, so she's on vacation. And I had a terrible week. I was sick that Saturday night, throwing up. It never happens, and I don't know what happened. It was the devil. But he was really on me. And when I went in kids' church that Sunday, and I stuck to my commitment to do it for her, the Lord blessed me in ways that I can't even explain. Watching these girls and these guys do this when practice, even when they weren't practicing with the music, when they were doing their craft, they're singing the words to this song. So what you're doing here, parents, grandparents, teachers, it is not in vain. It is sinking in their heads. They're getting it. You might not think they are. You might be tired. You might be frustrated. Don't let the devil get to you. Don't believe those lies. When he tells you you're too tired, you're too busy, you can't do this. You can do this. These kids are worth it. They face things with Satan in the world today that we didn't even comprehend when we were their age. Somebody's got to make a difference, and it's got to be us. And so don't let these kids outshine you today in the worship. Get on your hands, clap your hands, worship with them, because their hearts are in it. They have a passion for it. Thank you.
And God's gonna get my praise. God's gonna get my praise. Devil, get out my way. 'Cause God's gonna get my praise. God's gonna get my praise. God's gonna get my praise. Devil, get out of my way. 'Cause God's gonna get my praise. Sing it out. God's gonna get my praise. God's gonna get my praise. Devil, get out of my way. 'Cause God's gonna get my praise. I'm gonna sit and burn. I'm not so away. My God's got my back. I'm ready. He's a fire running around and never been caged. Jesus is the light. God's gonna God's gonna get my praise. God's gonna get my praise. Devil, get out of my way. 'Cause God's gonna get my praise. God's gonna get my praise. God's gonna get my praise. Devil, get out of my way. 'Cause God's gonna get my praise. God's gonna get my praise. God's gonna get my praise. Devil, get out of my way. 'Cause God's gonna get my praise. God's gonna get my praise. God's gonna get my praise. Devil, get out of my way. 'Cause God's gonna get my praise. God's gonna get my praise. God's gonna get my praise. Devil, get out of my way. 'Cause God's gonna get my praise.
Right now, we're gonna, let the kids say one word about their, so I'm gonna pass this mic on to Ray again.
Something I love about my mom, she's always there and helps me, and her hugs are the best.
Something I love about my mom is that she's always there when I need her.
Something that I love about my mom is that she helps me with my homework and she does really nice things for me. My mom.
Well, that right there.
So, y'all can go sit down. Colin, you got moves, son. I want to tell y'all a short story. I have a verse to read for all our moms. I wanted to figure out how to tie this in Mother's Day. The only way I could tie it in is because Corey didn't want to tell his mama. When he was talking about our day yesterday, we planned to go fishing yesterday morning. We planned to be on the lake at 6:15. Couldn't find our cast net, so we got there an hour late. Tried to put the boat in the water. The battery was dead. We tried to use the wildlife clubhouse to plug it in. Breaker was off. The breaker box had a lock on it. Tried to use the building across the way and it worked. I got 2 batteries in my boat. We charged the wrong battery for 2 hours. Charged the trolling motor battery. Got through that, charged the big motor. Scotty says, "Oh, it's time to go. We're good." It turns over. I'm like, "Man, I don't know." He's like, "I'm 100%. Let's go. We'll take care of it." He's like, "Let's get on the water." So we got on the water, and it was running good. We got there. He said, well, Shal, let's put the troll motor down. I was like, good idea, put it down. Well, the big motor died again. We were stuck out there. I was like, well, we just pedal on the troll motor. It died. We were waving at some bass fishermen. They was waving at us. They thought we was waving at them for a good time. And we were in tail. But thankfully, somebody came and rescued us. And, you know, I finally was about to throw water in while we were line in the water while we was waiting. But the line snapped. And we just looked at each other, and the whole time, none of us had a bad time. None of us got a negative attitude, bad attitude. We had a good time. And we said, don't tell Coach Lee, don't tell Aaron, don't tell Mark and Renee, and don't tell Ricky. We was like, don't tell nobody. Well, that felt weird. Had to tell somebody. We pulled up at Aaron's shop, Scott Moore's there. I was like, oh, Aaron's gonna find out, so we got to tell everybody. But me and Scotty said the whole time yesterday, man, the adversary is on us. He don't want us to have fun. He don't want us to go fishing. But when I hit the house yesterday, my wife called me and she said, hey, there's a tornado warning. And then I was like, man, we gave the devil credit. That was the Lord trying to say, boys, y'all don't need to be on the water. You know, he wasn't trying to make us have a bad time because we didn't laugh, joke, cut up, had a great time. But he just didn't want us out there because he knew what was coming. And I want to tell y'all that story. So I got a couple verses, Proverbs 31, verse 10 through 31. If you can find a truly good wife, she is worth more than precious gems. Her husband can trust her, and she will richly satisfy his needs. She will not hinder him, but help him all her life. She finds wool and flax, and busily spins it. She buys important foods, brought by ship from distant ports. She gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for her household and plans a day's work for her servant girls. She goes out to inspect the field and buys it with her own hands. She plants a vineyard. She is energetic, a hard worker, and watches her for bargains. She works far into the night. She sows for the poor and generously helps those in need. She has no fear of winter for her household, for she has made more clothes for all of them. She also upholsters with the finest tapestry. Her own clothing is beautifully made, a purple gown of pure linen. Her husband is well known, for he sits in the council chamber with other civic leaders. She makes belted linen garments to sell to merchants. She is a woman of strength and dignity and has no fear of old age. When she speaks, her words are wise and the kindness is the rule of everything she says. She watches carefully all that goes on throughout her household and is never lazy. Her children stand and bless her. So does her husband. He praises her with these words. There are many fine women in the world, but you are the best of them all. Charm can be deceptive, beauty doesn't last, but a woman who fears and reverence God shall be greatly praised. Praise her for the many fine things she does. These good deeds of hers shall bring her honor, recognition from people of importance. Love you, Maddie. Could be your mom's day one day. My mom's not here this morning, but I have Granny and Kelly, and Barbie's not here. But I watch football games with Barbie. I call Kelly when I need to talk, and Granny always feeds us. I appreciate you guys, and I'm handing this thing to Coach Lee. Happy Mother's Day.
We're just gonna get the offering, and I'm gonna get David to play for the offering while we're done, we're coming forward. So glad that you're here today, and you're here to worship with us, and don't feel like you have to give an offering. If you want to, we appreciate it, but you're our guest today if you're here.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this special day that's been set aside to honor our mother. We love them, we appreciate them so much. And dear God, we thank you for just your many blessings. it's important enough for you to put in your word that when you was hanging on the cross, the Lord, you looked down over the crowd and you saw your mother, you saw your beloved son, disciple John. You told your mom, you said, John, this is now you told John, this is now your mother. John, and your mother, this is now your son, John. And Father, if that was important enough for you to say that, put it in there. And God, we should honor our mothers and brothers. What a pleasure it is to be in church this morning. God, we lift you up. We give you all the honor. We give you all the praise. And for everything that you do for us, God, we give you glory.
That was for a friend we had in Jesus. I started to sing it, but I couldn't remember the words. You'd think a 53-year-old man would know the words of what I have for a friend we have in Jesus. Beautiful, Debbie. I can always count on Debbie to play any of the old songs. But at one time I was a little worried about not having time today. I had told her, I heard the story that the Dakota told. It takes about 30 minutes to tell that story. And he said, Coach, I got to tell what happened. I said, well, you can't do it today. I mean, this is Mother's Day. Nobody wants to hear about y'all's adventure on the river. We're here to honor the mothers today. And he said, Coach, the Lord might have saved our life. And I said, well, try to say just a little bit. I know how Dakota is. He get going. Scotty told me yesterday, and he was telling me the whole story, and I fell asleep in the chair. And walked back up and heard the end of it. Just glad you made it out off the river safe. So yeah, we're glad. The Lord works in ways that we don't understand when it's going on. But there was a tornado coming at 3 o'clock, and he got them off the river before that tornado came. It took a lot to get them off the river, a bunch of knuckleheads. I mean, after a while, I would figure, boys, maybe this ain't our day. We need to go on to the house. But not them boys. We're hard heads. Men are. And it starts in the beginning. I'm ready for all of that today. So go ahead, women. Just let us hold it. I know there's not a thing we can do about it today. It's your day. But if I could, I don't know if you've noticed the new floor. It is beautiful. It got finished this week, and you just walk through there and you can just see how pretty it is. Obviously, we know it's $60,000, but it's very, very nice. Aaron and his guys spent all week this week, and it was a lot of work because they had to go through these speakers to take the old units out. It was a lot of stuff. Believe me, Aaron made me haul it off. He threw it right out there. I had to haul off the junk. But they had to carry and lift that stuff up there, which was a lot of work. And we should have it by maybe next weekend. So the units are downstairs. We're going to have 2 new units of heat and air conditioning, which will, if one goes out, we'll still have one for you ladies who like to sit back there when I'm doing like this right there, trying to get me to cut the air conditioner up high. You ought to see some of the things I see from up here. I thought kids were bad in school. Well, women can give you some looks that you ain't never seen. I thought my wife was the only one that could do that. There's some looks that I get up here, but I wouldn't get there. I'm supposed to be on the women's side today. I'm sorry, I almost got myself in trouble. I'm just here to honor mothers and have a good time today. I want to have fun today. This is the Lord's house. We're here to thank God for the mothers that we have. But thanks to all those who showed up Friday night. We give out a little report. We had about 15 or so that came. I think, Roland, are you responsible for these flowers? Reggie got them for us for Mother's Day. Aren't they beautiful? Each mother's going to get a flower. We had 15 or so that came in here, and I promised them pizza to get them here, and then I didn't deliver. But it's because they wanted to go eat fish, which is okay with me too. But got it all cleaned up, so thanks to all of those who helped and got that. Now, we want to have a business meeting next Sunday morning at 9:30, and I hate to take Mother's Day to say this, but we didn't do announcements today. Next Sunday morning at 9:30, we need to have a business meeting so that we can okay the rest of the renovations that we want to spend the money on. Okay, so we need you here for your vote and your approval to get it done. It's time to move forward and get things done. I'm so excited about what's going on around here. So if you're a visitor today, I'm so happy that you're here. Please come back and see us. We'd love to have you. What you see is what you get. There's nothing special about us. We just come here, we love on each other, and we worship the Lord. That's what we're here for. We're here for Him and nothing else. That's what we're here for. So you got to put up with me in the process. So if you can hang in there with me, you might enjoy this church pretty good. But I want to wish all of our mothers today a happy Mother's Day. I sent my mother a text this morning. I don't know if she got it yet, but I get up so early. And when I come to church and get to work at 6:30, I'm on a mission. I don't remember anything else, but happy Mother's Day to my mother today. She hadn't got it yet. And happy Mother's Day to all the other mothers that are in here. And I'm so thankful for the mothers. Next year, we'll be back to having breakfast for our mothers. Last year, remember, we fixed breakfast, the men did. Had the mothers in, we fed them breakfast. I missed that this year, but under the renovations, it's hard to do. And we also had the men's choir. Men, you got off this year. You got off lucky. You guys that don't sing. We got Tim up there last year, didn't we, Tim? I can't wait to see Tim and Big Mac and Mitch and all them guys up there next year, along with our guys singing in the choir. But we apologize for anything that we kind of done out of normal, but we'll get back to that stuff next year. You can do so many sermons on Mother's Day, and I don't have but about a 15-minute message here. I don't want to take anything away from the time that we're going to have today and spending with our mothers, family, and the importance of family. But there's many, many, many sermons. I'm glad I didn't pick that one. I was looking at that scripture that Renee had, and thank God I didn't get that one. But the Lord sent me in the directions of Genesis 2 and 18. Genesis 2 and 18. And it starts in the beginning and it says, it is not good. The Lord said this, it is not good for man to be alone. I'm going to say that again. It is not good for man to be alone. We need help. Let me add that. Enjoy this today now, women. And what he ended up saying, he says, I will make a helper suitable for him. In verse 21, he goes on to say, so he caused the man to fall into a deep sleep. And then in verse 22, he goes on to say that he took a rib from the man and he created a woman for the man. You got to realize that God had created so much at that time. He had created all the creatures. He had created animals. He had created the universe. He had created the world. But man was still starving for something. And he said, I've got to find him and help. And he gave him a woman. And then the rest is history. From then on out, as Paul Harvey would say, and now we all know the rest of the story and what impact women has made in our society and in our families today. And I'm so thankful for that. God's creation is an amazing thing. I don't know if you ever sit around and think about God's creation. It amazes me when I go other places and I see all these people. I went to New York, and believe me, I'm not a world traveler. So I went to New York and I was like, look at all these people. There's people everywhere. And I start thinking automatically, all these people know Jesus? That's what I started thinking automatically. Then I start thinking about all these people all over the world. There's all these people, we get wrapped up in our own little communities, our own little world, but there's a great big world out there that I hope that they know Jesus, because we know that Jesus is the only way. The Bible says he's the way, truth, and life. There is no other way to the Father except through the Son, and it's Jesus Christ. But God's creation is an amazing thing, and when you think about the seasons, the sun, the moon, the stars, the universe, the galaxies, and you think even to the infinite brilliance that God has, where we just can't get a grasp on time, because time outside of who we are never ends. But I think that the greatest creation, God's masterpiece, is the human body. That's my opinion. The human body is an amazing, amazing masterpiece that God created. I don't believe there was any Big Bang Theory. I don't believe that we came from slime, from a swamp, and evolved into men and women. I believe that we are God's creation and that we are his masterpiece. In fact, I think that's a bunch of hogwash. It's absolute nonsense. Let me just be mechanical like that. It makes no sense to me. And anybody that it makes sense to them, I believe they need to get their head examined. The reason I come from that is because I've watched a child develop in the womb. I was back there looking at the child that Sheila brought today. Is it your niece? Sure. Okay. Well, it's a baby. And I watched a baby being born. Let me tell you something. Slime don't produce that. Slime don't produce what I watched when my wife had a child. That is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. To sit there and watch a child actually come out of a womb that's been growing for 9 months. But what a beautiful creature God created when he created a woman. A beautiful creature, not only in beauty, but in the things that he blessed them with. Looks mean a lot, obviously. Looks is what catches our eyes, but looks is not what it's all about. I can promise you, if you marry somebody for their looks, it's not going to last long. It's not going to last long. It might give you a little fling for a while, but it's not going to last long. What God gave to women, their instinct, the things about them, which I'm going to explain here in just a second, is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beauty in action. I wish I could say the same thing for men, but men, we're not beautiful. We're not beauty in action. We're clumsy. We do things crazy. We take chances. Some people call that stupidity. I'll never forget my cousin getting me to jump off a bridge one time. A doctor. Let's jump off this bridge. We didn't think, is there a rock down there? How deep is the water? Here we go. He went, and I said, forget it. There's a lot more to that story. If you ever want to know, I'll tell you sometime. But men, where would we be today without our wives? Where would we be without our wives? Because they have this natural ability to keep us in check. If it wasn't for my wife, and men, I know if it wasn't for your wife, we would do a lot of dangerous things. And they keep us in check. I want to say today that women have a tough job. Women have it tough. Let's start with childbirth. Let's start, the Lord put it on women to have children. But now look at all they do today. They don't just sit at home and watch the soap operas and have babies and cook for us. They do all kinds of things. Not saying that that's what they're supposed to do. But they do all kinds of things today. They hold down jobs. They do this, they do that. They run the kids places. They go everywhere. Women have a tough job. Most of all, they have to deal with us. They have to deal with us. Then they go 9 months of childbirth. Carrying a child. Women, you know, you can relate to me on this. They carry a child inside. How miserable can that be? Although the joy of thinking about when you had that child, that 9 months is a tough 9 months. Can I get an amen, women? Don't sit there now. You're going to back me up. I'm telling these guys all about it. You're going to sit there and keep your mouth shut. That'll be a first. Give me some amen. Some amens, women. But mothers, no doubt, today are special. They have this special God-given instinct. You know, when I put this message together last night, all week long, I wrote stuff, read stuff, thought about stuff. Anybody could get up here today and preach a Mother's Day message. Because us husbands, us sons, we know what they do. We know what they go through. Anybody could stand right here today and preach a Mother's Day message about so many different things. But I love the instinct that a woman was blessed with from God. They have this special instinct. It's not just in animals, in humans, it's in animals too. They have this instinct that God blessed mothers with to look out after their children, to look out after their families. It's a basic instinct given by God. I looked at the cross-fixed words and they're up here, and Scott's already got them up for me. But I begin to think about these words. Everything I do revolves around these words right here. And I begin to think about our mothers and look at the cross-fixed creed words, the words that we put up there that describe Jesus Christ himself. And I believe that when God blessed women, when he made woman, what he did was he made them just like Jesus Christ. Amen. Women, he made them just like Jesus Christ. And I looked at some of these things. And these are some of the characteristics that God supplies mothers with today. And it defines a great mother, such as commitment. No better mother than a mother who's committed. Committed to what they're doing. Committed to the task of raising their children. To dedication to raising their children. And remember, these are the things that Jesus Christ exemplified while he was here on this earth. These are the things that he went through in order to die for us on the cross. These are the things that describe Jesus Christ. And I can use words like this to describe our mothers, the dedication that they have, the determination that they have. Nobody's more determined than a woman. If she wants something done, you might as well just go ahead and do it. Because they're going to be on you and on you. You young men, you young married men in here, you guys who's going to get married someday, just say okay. You can fight it for a while, but I promise you, after 30 years almost, I just say okay. My daddy tried to tell me when I was young. Just say okay, son. It's a great word to learn. Okay. Right, Mitch? Mitch is famous for saying, yes, dear. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. But the devotion that they have and the drive that they have. And what about their duty? A woman's duty. You think about a woman's duty and the effort they put into raising the children. The endurance that they have to have going through the things that they go through in the process of dealing with their husband and raising their children. The faithfulness that they have. I love this word right here, inconvenienced. Women, a good mother inconveniences herself. I've seen it time and time and time again growing up. Good mothers, inconvenienced. They let the children eat before they eat. They let their husband eat before they eat. They let you pick where to go, what to do before they even say anything. Women are the most inconvenienced Great mothers are the most inconvenienced people I know because they put themselves second. Loyal and obligated. I love the perseverance of women. They're able to persevere through all the hard times. They persevere. We have to work together. But my favorite is persistence. Women are persistent. Go back to what I said a while ago. If they want it done, do it. Because they will be persistent in getting it done. Remember, these are all God-given instincts that are given to a woman for a reason. They're responsible. They sacrifice. They put themselves second, which we have up there as self-denial. I just love these words, and I love the word tenacity because I'll tell you this right now, don't mess with the mother's child. They are tenacious. Being an AD and a coach for all those years, I learned real quick, try to settle it with a woman. Don't try to tell her she's wrong. They are tenacious. But the tenacity of a woman when it comes to their children. I watched the other night as we had just a little bit of something going on at the end of the game. My three mothers shot straight to the fence. Her child was out there. Oh, wait a minute. Nothing's broke out yet. Wait 1 second. It only makes it worse. Whoa. Did they listen? No. Had three of them up there hanging on the fence. She messing with my baby. I'm like, oh my gosh. What church is this? It's not CrossFit. I don't know who they are. They don't go to that church. But you don't mess with women's children. You don't do it. The man will sort of sit back, but not the woman. The woman don't play. But the time that mothers put into their kids and the trust that we have to have in them. Women have a big responsibility. They have a huge responsibility. But most of all is love. Most of all, it sits right there in the very middle. That's where Christ was hanging. And the love that he shared to us was the love he imparted into women. And the love that they have is unconditional love, just like Jesus Christ. I tell you what, my boy can mess up and I will lay the wood to him. But my wife's over there now. It ain't got nothing to do with love. I still love my boy, but I'm going to tell them what I think. Now, you switch that, my girls. Shelly's laying the wood to them. I'm over there now. We know what we're talking about, don't we? But a woman's love is unconditional. It's an amazing thing to watch a woman operate when it comes time to deal with their children. And I'm talking about a great mother here because her love's unconditional. They're going to love you no matter what. Man goes up, Scotty goes up for 4. He's probably guessing somewhere, does Dad still love me or not? He knows his mama loves him because she's like, okay, it's all right, buddy. I don't care if you never get a hit. I'm over there, you better get a dad hit. You gotta change something, do something different. Go. But that's what makes mothers so special. It's their instinct. It's their God-given ability. As I sum this up, mothers are a model of Jesus Christ himself, I believe. A good mother. Mothers wear many names. They're housekeepers and they're cooks. They're teachers and nurses and taxi drivers. They're organizers. They're decorators. And Kelly decorates. She's got a gift to decorate. Do the decorating. I enjoy looking at all this. I put that mom up. I said, let's put it somewhere down there below the flower. Got mom down there, mom up here. Different things, but they're decorators and they are party planners. And they give a great birthday party, children. You know that. That's all mom. There are alarm clocks in some homes. Not mine. I'm the alarm clock. But they manage the finances, do a great job at managing. I'm so glad my wife manages the finances. I don't know how many husbands in here let your wives do that, but I'm very blessed that I don't have to do that because I'm not very good at it. So God sent me somebody that can do it. They're hairstylists. Now, I don't have a hairstyle. I'm not getting a hairstyle, but Scotty gets hairstyles. Don't be embarrassed, son. I go in there and his mama's combing his hair. Putting a half a gallon of hairspray on it. I'm like, oh my God. Of course, they say I'm just jealous. And I am. But your day's coming. It's like my dad told me my day's coming. And I used to laugh at him. Got no hair, Daddy. Where's your hair at, Daddy? He'd just say, well, you'll find out one day, son. Right about 27, I started noticing I didn't say much about Daddy's hair no more. Now he's got more than I do. Isn't it great to have fun on Mother's Day? I want you to leave here with a smile on your face, love in your heart, thanking your mother. Husbands, if I got a message for you today, we got to know that our wives don't get any days off. They don't have any holidays. They don't have any sick days. They have to work day and night. Our mothers are always on call. They're even on call for me. I'm going to call. Who do you call? Your mama. I never call my dad. I'm going to call my mom and ask her, Mom, I'm not feeling good. Can you help me? I'm going to call my wife. Can you help me? But our moms are always on call. That's how much we need them. I once remember a football player, and Bill Cosby would explain about a football player and a dad as he was growing up. He would, run into his son. His son would come in and knock him down, pick him up. Come on, son, do all this and that. And throw balls with him and all that. And then the kid, the boy, he ends up being a professional baseball player, a football player, whatever it may be. Gets on TV and goes, hi, Mom. I always got a kick out of that. Moms just have something special about them that their children never forget. So moms, don't ever take anything for granted. Husbands, and I got to do these things because I'm telling you to do them. So I have to be careful what I say. Give your wife a big hug today. Give her a big old kiss and tell her how much you love her and how much you appreciate her. All husbands, if you never do that, today do it. Just, I don't kiss a lot in public. You know what I mean? I don't kiss a lot at home either. I'm going to have to do that today. I'm going to give my wife a big hug and I'm going to give her a kiss on the cheek. And I'm going to let her know how much I love her. And I want all the husbands to do that today. All joking aside, we are blessed today in this church with wonderful women. I mean, they are wonderful. The more that I get to know the women in this church, the more blessed I realize we are. We have wonderful women. We have wonderful families, children. And children includes everybody, don't we? When I'm talking to the children, we all got a mama. You should. But children, don't ever underestimate the efforts that your mother puts into raising them and what they do. One day you'll know. We got the back row children today. One day you'll know when you have a child, what all your mother did for you. And it's an amazing thing if it's done right. If it's done right. The Bible says to honor your mother. And then it gives you a promise. If you honor your mother, and of course it adds father, but this is not Father's Day. Honor your mother so it may go well with you and you may live a long life in the land. There's a promise there. And mamas, I want to encourage you today. I know times can get tough sometimes. It can get sticky in the home. Raising children is no easy thing. Living with somebody the rest of your life is no easy thing. But I want you to understand something. Never underestimate the qualifications that Jesus Christ has blessed each and every woman with. Don't ever underestimate the instinct that Jesus Christ has blessed each and every woman with. Your talents, your skills that God has blessed you with. Don't underestimate them. Because you are important and we need you. I need women. I don't know if they come out right. I said you're reevaluating that sentence. Reevaluate that sentence. I better shut up. I didn't write that down. I mean, that's why I write stuff down. So I need a woman. I got one. But women, your husbands need you, your children need you. And lastly, I want to say this. I know that there are those today that have lost your mother. And we know that it's a sad time. Some of us lost them in the last year. Some of them lost them years ago. And I sympathize with you today. But what I hope that you would do today is remember the good times. Remember the good times that you and your mother shared together. Because there's going to come a day when all of us, at one time or another, our mothers are going to pass on. Just like us as fathers and our mothers and my wife, we're going to pass on. But what my message is that we have to hold on to the good times and the memories. Don't sulk today because your mom's not here. Rejoice because she's with her Heavenly Father. And the Bible tells us and promises us that we will be with them again. We will be with them again. I'm going to do something before we dismiss. And as we dismiss, I'm going to have the ushers up here, and they're going to be, one is going to be on this side, and one is going to be on this side. And I want all mothers, all women, all women, to make sure you get a flower when you leave. This is just our way of letting you know that we thank you and we appreciate you for all that you do. This is by no means, and this right here too, right? Kelly's going to be getting these out. This by no means can thank you enough for all that you do. But I want to thank you for what you mean in the homes. This could be just a little bit shoulder to shoulder, but you know how I am about family. And as we dismiss today, if you're not with your mother, I want you to get up and go to where your mother is right now. I want to get as many families as close as we can. And I want us to get together with your family. You can do that right now. And if you don't have a mother here, you don't have family here, just get with folks around you. All right, I want you to stand up. Stand up. Or if you have to move somewhere to get together, move. Yeah. Get together, whatever you do. If you can grab hands. I just want you to unite. There's nothing greater than family. Nothing greater than family. Families have to be together. They have to stay together. They have to work together. We're not going to always agree on everything. You know, I was thinking this week about things that people do and things that I'm sure that I annoy people. But we all have to understand one thing. We're not perfect. If you can understand that somebody else is not perfect, life is so much better. We all got these little OCDs about us. You know what I'm saying? These things, this has got to be like this has got to be like this, and those things can drive you crazy. But you got to remember, we can't say, I drive my wife crazy, just straighten the towels up. Drives me crazy when a towel goes on like this. I got to straighten it up, get both bottoms even. Little things like that mean absolutely nothing. But it can cause a fuss. It can cause a big fuss. Cut the light off or leaving the light on. Leave the light on. No, cut it off. You're fussing about whether or not to turn the light on or off. We all got these little things about us. We got to get along. We got to be able to get along and look over each other's faults. Have you got a hold of a family member's hand? Isn't this great? Isn't this great? Moms, and I look at each group and I see the moms. And it's what a blessing just to see the moms throughout the audience and see them with their children. What a blessing! We got him to thank for. We got him to thank for. I want you to pray. You don't have to pray out loud if you don't want to. If you want to pray out loud, you pray out loud. You pray for your family, whatever you want to do. And I'm going to pray an overall prayer for all families this morning. I'm going to get with my family too, if that's okay. And we're just going to pray together and dismiss. I love each and every one of you. If you are a visitor today, please come back. We'll love on you like nobody ever has. This can be your home church. We'd love to have you. God, thank you for this day. God, we thank you for Mother's Day. Father, what a blessing our mothers are. We have them right here in our own church. And God, you created a woman, as I preached on today. And what a creation that you created in a woman, God, that she brings so much to the table to keep the house in order. And we thank you for that, Lord. God, we thank you for long health. We thank you for life and for love and mercy and grace that you show amongst each and every family. And God, we thank you for this day that's been set aside to honor our mothers. And we honor them today. We love them. We want you to know, God, we are thankful for them. Bless each and every family in here this morning. Bless each and every mother in here this morning. And may we honor you in everything that we do. In Jesus' name. And everybody said, Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. God bless you. God bless you. Happy Mother's Day.
My wife was 24. It was dying. It was red. She's like 24, and I'm like, he's like, it's all right. So, is it your so we'll get off the Facebook, go to YouTube, where's that camera? Get on the computer. I'm trying to start right there. Too long.